My name is Lance Brazelton, and I'm the author, publisher, and illustrator of What Daddy Didn't Know, Letters of a Fatherless Child. What Daddy Didn't Know is a memoir of my childhood growing up without my father, and is told from the perspective of letters written directly to my father during the different stages of my life. The reason I wrote this book is because while researching the statistics on fatherless children, I found out that according to the United States Census Bureau, 24 million children in America live in biological father-absent homes. And it's statistically proven that fatherless children are at a higher risk of dropping out of high school, committing crimes, running away from home, drug abuse, suicide, teen pregnancy, incarceration, and the list goes on. As an adolescent, I stumbled across every misfortune I just mentioned. And it wasn't because I had bad intentions, but more so because I had a missing puzzle piece in my life where a father figure was supposed to be. It's hard to upgrade from a boy to a man when your designated instructor is not there to guide you. It forces you to learn things on your own, and without someone preaching experience into you, it's easy to get the wrong impression and steer in the wrong direction at the forks in the road. Life isn't designed this way. If you cut off the head, the body can't function. And it has the same effect on kids growing up without the head of their household. So the world expects you to fail. And it happens so often that misguided youth becomes social ills and statistics that we've become numb to it and no longer notice that this crisis is taking place. Please keep in mind that kids are our future, so it's important to inspire their young minds and introduce them to a positive mindset that can't see from their own perspective. These kids attempt to plant the right seeds, but sometimes they water them with the wrong substance, and their plan of prosperity becomes a mistake in the making. The idea for What Daddy Didn't Know originated out of the inspiration of songs and poems that I wrote throughout my childhood. I used writing as an outlet to channel that negative energy that could have easily gravitated me towards an early grave. Instead of allowing my emotions to get the best of me and acting out from a state of mind I would later regret, I channeled that energy through writing and put it all on paper, like pouring a potion into a bottle. Everything I expressed in my writing, from my dreams and aspirations, to my accomplishments and failures, down to my emotions and the impalement of my pain, it was all something my father never knew, but it was something my Heavenly Father gave me the strength to endure. The book was first released in April of 2016, and now I'm in the process of recording the audiobook with original music. I see a bright future for this story because it's going to reveal a positive path once it gets in the hands of the millions of people who can automatically relate. Adolescents aren't the only ones hunting for happiness and understanding. There are also millions of adults who can't jump over the hurdle of their childhood trauma. This fatherless tragedy doesn't discriminate by race, age, religion, or who you are. And most of the time, kids are born a victim to it. Take myself as an example. It's not the child's fault that they became a statistic the moment they were born. Therefore, they shouldn't be held accountable of dealing with the side effects of being a fatherless child and wrestling with these circumstances alone. That's why it's my obligation to plan book signings and speaking engagements at every school, church, event, and organization meeting I possibly can. I take pride in presenting this book because it's something I wrote, illustrated, and self-published on my own. I didn't have a major company that helped me give birth to this project. I had to research, read, revise, self-teach, and invest in myself financially 100%. I went broke investing in myself, and I felt the anchor of giving up weighing down on me. I was told I couldn't do it, I was told to get a real job, and I was taken advantage of at a time I was vulnerable. I could have easily given up, but I decided to keep pushing through the circumstances and sleepless nights because I knew there were millions of people depending on me and in dying need to read this story, so they too can unlock the potential inside them that they didn't even know existed. This book is a story that people will relate to for the rest of eternity. Thousands of years from now, when I'm dead and gone, the power between these pages will still live on. There's going to be someone going through the same exact thing I had to endure, and they'll gain knowledge from this everlasting flame and learn how to create passion out of the pinpoint of their pain. And I promise you, it's one of the most beautiful transitions you will ever see. And I know this for a fact because I'm speaking from experience. If you are a fatherless child, This book is proof that you don't have to be a statistic and fall victim to the circumstances in your life. It'll teach you how to ricochet that negative energy by using your mistakes as an educated background for future decisions in life. My intended audience for this book ranges from teens, both boys and girls, to single parents playing both roles of guardianship, soon-to-be fathers, as well as fortunate fathers who have their children under the same roof as them, to encourage them to remain present in that child's life, never leaving their seed unattended and consistently watering them with diamonds of knowledge to enrich their growth. I also want this book in the hands of all the mentors across the world. I salute you for making the sacrifice to save a life and patching that open wound on at-risk youth who still have the potential to succeed. Mentors, this is a reminder that you are appreciated and the need for your sacrifice is greater than you know. Let my testimony be the fuel to keep you active in the future of your community, this country, and the world. Although I am the author, What Daddy Didn't Know is bigger than myself and is more than just a book. It is the cure to one of America's biggest epidemics, families without fathers.